What's going on? It's your boy A1Gs from Relationship Talk with G's. Tonight we'll be talking about Lil Scrappy confronts his Mama D from Love and Hip Hop about his childhood trauma. Let's see what he has to say, and let's see what you have to say in response to this video. So let's get out your feelings and let's get into the conversation. Let's get into it tonight on Relationship Talk with G's. Holla at your boy.
Who is he?
All right. What you got for me? Relationship talk. Let me see. I can't see. Relationship talk with G's.
How are you?
I almost read that as G-Easy.
Everything about keeping your relationship private is important. Keeping it out of the public's eye. Once it goes to the public's eye, no matter how it came to the public's eye, you then become a target.
Do what you want to, girl. Don't be so shy.
A man understands that, and they understand that they're going to deal with a woman that they can afford. They're not going to reach for somebody that they can't afford.
Do what you want to, girl. Don't be so shy.
So let's stop the bullshit.
Girl. Let's go get high. Let's go get high. Let's go get high. Yeah. Let me get high with me. Look at the sky with me. You said you would try with me. Now you surprising me.
You get what I'm saying? But you're missing the point.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
The point is, if you let me finish what I'm saying.
There's no need to fight with me. Ain't no need to cry with me. It won't be goodbyes for me. You keep getting high with me. Just like I'm right for you. I know you the type for me. Yeah, I know you the type for me. Keep on that life for me. I'ma need you in my sight for me. Cause that's what I like to see. Live up to that height for me. Then you'll be on flights with me. Yeah, I think I want you, girl. I ain't gon' lie. Do what you want to, girl. Don't be so shy. Hit the blunt too, girl. Let's go get high. Let's go get high. Let's go get high. I think I want you, girl. I ain't gon' lie. Do what you want to, girl. Don't be so shy. I hit the blunt too, girl. Let's go get high. Let's go get high. Let's go get high. Do you love me like you say you love me? Or is it just when you high and when you sippin' bubbly? I know all these shorties on it make it hard to trust me. But I'm thinking to myself like how you just so lovely. You so selfless with yourself, you put no one above me. Always keep that business to yourself and never rush me. I was thinking like I couldn't let no shorty cuff me. But I'm copping you with locking you like it's a must thing. I hope you got my back.
Hey y'all, welcome to Relationship Talk with G's, where our conversations aim to keep you pleased. I'm your boy A1Gs, and you're now welcome to the Guru's house. Take your shoes off and entering. Once again, we're talking about Lil Scrappy confronting his mom about his childhood trauma and finally opening up to the things that he was going through in his mind that he could not express to her at the present time. It took him years to express to her. It's never too late to confront the beast. It's never too late to address your traumas. Closed mouths don't get fed. Doesn't mean that you're going to get the result that you want, but you get the closure that you finally addressed your trauma. The first step to addressing a problem is being able to acknowledge that there is one present. So we're going to get into that in a minute, but before we do that, please make sure you do the following for me. Right, that's right. Make sure you like this video if this compels you in any way, shape, or form. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button if you have not done so. And make sure you hit the gray bell. Turn on all notifications so you do not miss a single show or video that I post on YouTube. Everything that I put on here is content made for you, content made For me, because I enjoy what I do, my mission is to help one person, as many people as I can, every single day, and I get what I get along the way. So, if this compels you, subscribe to the channel, like this video. Let's get into it. Lil Scrappy video. So, Lil Scrappy confronts his mom, and I'm going to be really sensitive on this topic, especially as far as sharing the screen. So you're going to hear a little bit of the audio. I'm going to stop and play. Tell me what you think, and I'm going to do a little reaction to it. Let's get into it.
I just had to cool off, right? Just get my mind right, man, you know. But I really got to get this off my chest, man.
Right here. Let's stop right here. So right here, he wants to get it off his chest. This is the phase of conversation. Good conversation. It doesn't mean it's going to be good for her. It also doesn't mean it's going to be good for him. But it's good that he's now addressing it. You got to start somewhere, right? One thing about time waits for nobody. Time waits for absolutely nobody. Time waits for absolutely nobody. And just like that, in a drop of a dime, you could be gone tomorrow. And you'll never be able to get the closure. Whether it was good closure or whether it was bad closure, you'll never be able to get that closure again. That's why it is best that we try to be as friendly to each other as humanly possible. Be nice and kind. But sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes it doesn't always work that way. That's why life is too short for you to be beefing with people. So this situation right here, with Lil Scrappy and his mom, he holding on to childhood trauma. Holding on to childhood trauma. I'm a shout out to him. Kudos to him, because it takes a lot to be able to step forward and address your trauma. It takes a lot to be able to step forward to address your trauma, especially if you're addressing your mom. How you doing, Soldier Boy X? So let's hear a little bit of this video, this audio. Makes you smile. How you doing, Alex? Let's hear a little bit of this audio. Lil Scrappy confronting his mom. This is a video, Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. He addresses his mom about his childhood trauma. Let's see what he has to say.
I just want to say this. I just want to say this. You and my mama. This is my wife. I don't have nobody if y'all ain't with me. I don't have nobody.
I'm okay.
Like all that talking, cuz I need y'all to show me, cuz, for real.
Okay.
You gotta stop because you don't have nobody. That should make you support this even more.
Okay, so this part right here, he's confronting his mom, telling her to like get out of your selfishness, and you know, start thinking about the family. But you have to understand something. In Mama D's eyes, her job is already done. No matter how she got the job done, however she had to do it. In this case, he refers to her as raising a whorehouse. He's not knocking the fact that she got the job done and she did what she had to do, but it still doesn't negate the fact that the way she lived her lifestyle, he had to grow up underneath this. And he's addressing her saying that nobody came to me to give me help. Let's hear what else he has to say.
Because you know I want somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even like I'm in love with this, all this. You know what I'm saying?
And no one's arguing that
You know why I'm like I am with her?
because of what you saw.
Did you hear what she said? He says, you know how I am with her? She says, her answer was so deflective. Her answer was so deflective. It just doesn't make any sense.
You can't make this shit up.
Her answer was so deflective. She said, because of what I went through. Damn what you went through. That's not your son's responsibility. You brought him into this earth. Him as the child did not ask to be here. For once, he's giving her a grown man, giving a grown woman, his mother, an opportunity to address his traumas that he's dealing with. The fact that he even had the courage to come up to her is commendable. I applaud him for his effort. But as you can see here, she's all in her selfishness. All in her selfishness. And he corrects her. No, not because of that. Not because of what you went through. It's because of the lifestyle that he had to watch her live. And he had to go through while she was living the lifestyle.
Tell me go through. I already know.
No, I saw your lifestyle. I grew up in a whorehouse. I grew up in a trap house.
Yeah.
So all I knew was that. You know what I'm saying? And I love you because you held it down.
You heard what he said. He said all he knew was that. He said he lived in a whorehouse. He lived in a trap house. And all he knew was that. What else is it that he can know? Humans go off of what their parents do. And humans remember things and they move most vividly when these humans are in the phase of being children. Because they think that this is the way that life is supposed to be. As they're being guided by what they see their parents do. They think that it's supposed to be this way. Then when they start seeing other things, the grass is greener on the other side, they're like, well, wait a minute. Well, it's not like this over here. Like, well, what's going on over here? They think a scary place is supposed to be a normal place. Until they start seeing other people in different shades of green, they're like, well, hold up. Something's not right here. Something's not right. Something's not right.
Wait a minute.
Something's not right. Let's see what you have to say.
And like you did what you had to do, but imagine you never had
child
to,
point of view.
you never had to sleep with your mama 24/7 because you couldn't go in your room.
Okay.
Right here, he's about to
You
paint
never
the
had to
picture of
walk in
how
on
deep his trauma is.
Yeah.
He's trying to get into his head.
Just you know what I'm saying? The way I was raised, I had to deal with that because everything.
Case in point, as a child, the only thing you can do is deal with it. And who is he to address Mama? Mama's always right, right? Who is he to address Mama? Mama's always right, right? But let's see what he has to say.
Thing that happened, I had to deal with that. And I'm still dealing with it because ain't nobody come and take me to give me no help. Ain't nobody got me no help. I learned about that when I got older.
Okay. So do you
know this real good? Like this this in my head, my whole life, in my head. The I go through, I can't even go to her, she hard. I can't go to you hard. So I'm on the concrete, my granddaddy ain't there.
I don't want to quote this wrong, but I remember my grandmother telling me something. She said, how you doing, sincere dollface Ken? How you doing? I remember my grandmother telling me something like this. She said, the way you treat your mother is the way you treat your wife. She says something like that. It was an old school value, but it's like, and I may be getting it wrong because I kind of want to alter that. This is a commonly known thing, but for those like myself who are ahead of the game, see tunnel vision. I see things before it happens, long before it happens. And some people are very aware of what they're dealing with and will put themselves in a position where they will never as a man, will never look for a woman who is of those qualities of their mom, and is very aware of the childhood that they went through, whatever that childhood lifestyle may have been, to where they put themselves in a position where they make sure that their children will never go through what they went through, whether it was a horrific lifestyle, childhood, whether it was a lack of attention. Maybe it was they didn't have all the things that they wanted as a kid, so now they want to make sure that their kids get everything. And you have very jealous grandmothers. Why you got to get them all that? Because you didn't get me that. You see how that goes? So there's plenty of examples like this. This one is a lot different because here is the narrative that he's given out about a lifestyle that he had to go through his mother living. He had no choice but to deal with it because he was a child. And he didn't realize until after he was an adult where he had the option to be on his own. He was like, damn, this is kind of effed up. And now he's finally had the courage to confront her. And the only thing she's stuck is in her head. She's not trying to think about her child, but you ever heard the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks? You ever heard the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks? This is what is given right here with Mama D. Let's see what else I have to say.
That hard.
Wow.
But guess what? And I ain't taking nothing from you because you put me there. You put money
Acknowledgement.
in my. You gave me to help my rap career and all that.
Acknowledgement.
Ain't nobody do that but you.
Accountability.
So I love my mama.
So
He still loves you, but he's addressing his trauma. He says, we got to let this out. This is something that this has been his mind forever. And you have to address these things, especially if you're trying to mend your relationship. And on Relationship Talk with G's, we talk about the 5 forms of relationships. And those categories are your significant other, okay? This is a female bond, your love partner, friendship, your friends, who you consider those in your circle, your homies, your girlfriends, whoever you consider close friends, people that you surround yourself with on a daily basis. They don't have to be physically in front of you, but they are influential people that you consider in your life, your friends. Okay. Business relationships. We talk about business, and the business. I could go hours, days, months, years talking about different kind of business relationships. You're a supervisor, you're at a job, all this stuff like that. You own a business, you need employees to operate that business, or you don't need employees to run the business, but you still have to have a business relationship with the people that you're selling your product to. Who's the recipient, the customers, the people who are the ultimate buyer, the consumer. Business relationships, and relationship with yourself. Can't establish the other 4 relationships if you don't understand yourself. And this is the issue that he had. He didn't really understand himself that well. He wasn't the best version of himself because this is what he had to deal with. He's not trying to knock her. He's trying to address it. Like, this is wrong. Can you at least acknowledge the trauma? All he's looking for is some words of consolation. I'm sorry, something. She didn't give none of that. Family relationships. This is what I always say in this, and I'll say this. Family's not where you come from, it's what you make of it, right? You can't build a foundation that was already built. The foundation made you, built you, made you, right? And you were built however it was built, whether it was a car that it was put well together, a Toyota, or whether it was that Ford Pinto that had a quality issue, quality control issues on how it was built. Here you are, that damaged goods. So how do we mend damaged goods? I want to bring up some comments here. And these are comments that were or answers to my topic question. Is men's mental health awareness disregarded, and are mothers as women, do they hold themselves accountable? So appreciate the comments. I brought up one particular one that caught my attention, so I'm going to feature that one tonight. I'm going to feature that one tonight. So appreciate it. Take it to the streets TV. I'm going to show this one right here. She says, she not his therapist. He need to see one and bring her. She used everything in her to make him who he is, and he gave her that. Therapists are needed big time in the Black community. And I responded with, I like this response, very unique. You make a nice point here. This is very true. And one thing I notice in the Black community is that people think therapy is the devil. You got to go talk to somebody. If you can't talk to your mama, talk to a mediator that don't know you guys from a can of paint, that may give a fair and non-biased perspective. Somebody outside of the picture. It is very necessary. And guess what? It doesn't mean that every therapist is going to work. That therapist has to be clear-minded too. This is a business relationship that this therapist is building with y'all. And if that therapist doesn't have a best understanding of his or herself, they cannot build that business relationship with you guys, that bond, to really try to dig into you to see what's going on, to try to help you as best as they can. And the objective on this earth is to give. If you don't understand what it's like to give to yourself, you can't give into other people. So yes, therapy is important. I mean, you have to have a damn good therapist or a relationship counseling coach. I do relationship counseling myself. You know, what I can help for one person doesn't mean I can't help the next person. Doesn't mean I can help the next person. Let me correct myself. What I can't do for you, somebody else may will. Every person that is in the position to try to help somebody may not be tailor-made to your needs, but you need to go seek help from somebody that can help you. It could be maybe a therapist can help you, but it could be a friend that can help you. Somebody that you need to listen to. Somebody that knows that you know that you will listen to. And get out of your stubborn ways. Somebody that can check you. But guess what? Best believe that person that's checking you need to have somebody that's checking them. Every teacher has a teacher. Where is your teacher? It's a never-ending spiral effect. Ring around the rosy. It's a Ferris wheel of us helping each other. And that's what we got to start doing. And that's the problem in that community. You got to be able to stop looking at yesterday and move forward. And this is what he's trying to do. He's taking the steps. And the first thing to admitting that there's a problem is acknowledging that there's one even present. If you can't even see that there's one present, how do you know? During his childhood, when he first started going through this stuff, how does he know if an issue is present? He may think this is the way of life because that's all they see. They're around their parents all the time. But as soon as you start stepping out and see how other kids, how happy other them kids are, you start getting curious, George. Now you want to wonder, well, why are they smiling every day? Why is it that they smiling every day and I'm not smiling every day? Makes you smile, says, I'm messing with you. He says, does this meteor have a full beard? He said, does this mediator have a full beard? I'm cracking up. Oh my God. Here's the second message right here. She says, now she's referring to Lil Scrappy. She says, you're grown now. It's cool to vent, but keep it pushing. Would I be like this to my dad? No, I kept it pushing. You had to remove people from life, even if they brought you here. What did you say again?
I said, what the fuck I said?
Shout out to you. Take it to the streets TV. And make sure y'all follow them too, man. Follow them too. Take it to the streets TV. I support the whole Take It to the Streets TV. They are freaking awesome. So I'm gonna put their name on here. Take It to the Streets TV. Okay, I'm gonna add that on there. So that's their Instagram, y'all. So if you want to go ahead and follow them on Instagram, because you know that is my podcast kinfolk. That is my podcast kinfolk. So you know what I mean. So follow them, and you know they make a good point. They make a good point. But let's get into this. Let's hear the rest of this video because this is important. This is important, and we need to hear what other people are going through. So this shows you all the time. Celebrities, just because they're celebrities, does not make them human any more or less of a human than your average Joe. They may have more money, they have made more notoriety, but the narrative is still the same. Let's hear the rest of the video.
It's okay though.
And I love my wife.
Yeah. But I love you.
You feel me?
Son, but this is my baby. I just can't change his diaper. I was the best mother I could be. I'm not a perfect person, nor am I a perfect mother. No one is. We're supposed to be family, and we should.
So I want to know, you know, what y'all think about that. And it brings the question. It brings the question. Are men's mental health awareness disregarded? And do mothers hold themselves accountable? If you ask my opinion, no. I don't think that mothers hold themselves accountable. We have spent decades holding only the men accountable. And now we are in a generation, we're in an era. We are in an era where a lot of men have been given the voice to step up, thanks to men such as Kevin Samuels, where he put himself out there as the voice for men. He's like, well, anybody else stepping up? I guess I got to get this party started. Men are now more, thanks to Kevin Samuels. Yes, I stand firm when I say this. Don't care who don't like it. Thanks to Kevin Samuels, more men are stepping up, and they are confronting women, and they are addressing the people that they're supposed to be addressing. Don't address that first woman, the last woman. Address the first woman. If that first woman was present, whoever that person was, address them. If you can't address them, it only needs to be because that person is already deceased. But as long as they're alive, time waits for nobody. Life is too short. Go get your closure. Address the beast. Talk to that person about your problems. You may not like the result, but you're going to be glad you had the conversation. So you can go out there and say, I did everything that I could, but it just wasn't good enough. So now you can walk away with a clear conscience that you tried, but you just know that you can't change this person. That you can't change this person. So it simply means that you need to let that person go. You cannot draw blood. You can karate chop a brick, but you cannot draw blood from a stone. And if somebody is hard as the Rocky Mountains, it simply means that they don't want to change. Period. It simply means that they don't want to change. If they don't care about the family changing. That's why you have to sometimes build your own family. Make sure that the foundation that you are building from the top of your pyramid, you cannot build something that already started start from the foundation to the top. You cannot build a foundation that was already built. It was built and it made you. You are now an adult. You have to address whatever it is trauma is. Therapy. You have to address this. I agree with her. Take your mama with you. She don't want to go. At least you tried. But not saying something to her. I had somebody that I spoke to a long time ago, and she said she loved her. She said she really loved her father. They had a great relationship. And then, she said she can go to her father for anything. Kind of find out, I called her in a lie later on as I kept asking her the case scenarios in different ways. Kind of find out she doesn't communicate with her father. Kind of find out she has an issue with her father. And it was for a petty reason because he gives his woman more time. Okay. Did you address him about this stuff? Oh, I can't find him. That was her excuse. That was her excuse. You got a sibling? Oh, you got a sibling? Oh, well, how far does you communicate with your sibling? Do they communicate with the father? Okay, so where's the excuse at? Oh, and kind of find out, holy shit, the sister only lived doors down from the father. So where is the excuse at? It was you that was the problem. You didn't want to address your father. You didn't want to bring closure. You were the recipient of trauma that whatever it is that they don't know about because you haven't addressed them. And this is what Lil Scrappy is doing. This man right here. This is what Lil Scrappy is doing. He is finally addressed his trauma years later, but it's never too late. While you still have your parents, friends, brothers, cousins, co-workers, business partners, music artists. Make it right, y'all. Make it right. Life is too short because this is not Grand Theft Auto. This is not a video game. Once they're gone, they're gone. And if you have not at least made an attempt, you will never be able to get that closure. It may not be the closure that you want. It may be the closure that you end up doing because you chose to open your mouth, and blessings to you. The person was actually open enough to have some type of level of understanding and to come to some conclusions to like, all right, we're going to put the past behind us and we're going to move forward. Because guess who doesn't wait for you? Time. And when a Grim Reaper comes knocking, can't stop. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be on the beach laid up drinking a Corona. You could be having sex. You could be in your car driving on the expressway. Just picked up homegirl this morning. Took her to work. While I was on the way there, I saw I-95. State troopers had the whole 95 South blocked off. Nobody's going nowhere. Picks her up, let her know, look, we got to drive around 95. They got the whole 95 South blocked off. So we drive around it. We get off the exit, and we happen to be right near where they had it blocked off at. We just got right around it. And we saw a tarp on the ground. Guess what was under that tarp? It was a body. Car accident. I'm assuming the person must have flew out. Damage bad enough. They're on the ground. They got a tarp on the ground. This person's dead. Imagine if this person had issues with somebody and they can no longer get that closure. Imagine if the last words that they said to each other was words of hate. And they have to live with that for the rest of their life. So I commend people such as Lil Scrappy for addressing his mother. And I want to know what y'all think of this. I want to know what y'all think of this. I want to know what y'all think of this in the comment section. YouTube, I want to know what y'all think. Are men's mental health awareness disregarded? And do mothers hold themselves accountable? I appreciate this segment. We're gonna have a couple of these more. If you want to do a live about this, definitely let me know. But definitely make sure you get in that comment section, y'all. I appreciate y'all watching this, but make sure you do the following. Make sure you like this video, share it to a friend if you're compelled, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so. Make sure you hit that bell and hit it gray for all notifications. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to Relationship Talk with G's, where our conversations aim to keep you pleased. I'm your boy, A1G's, and you have now been welcome to the Guru's house. But as we always say, you don't have to take your shoes. No. I know what it was. You don't have to go home, but you have to get the hell up out of here. Deuces. We are over and out.